Hey everyone, and welcome to Suburban Sill. This is the first episode in a new series that I'm calling Out and About, where I'm going to go out into the world and talk to other plant-minded people and entrepreneurs who are looking to help us enhance our green lifestyle and support our gardening endeavors, if you will. So today we're going to be visiting Jord Producers, which is a female-owned business of mealworms and fertilizer, for lack of a better description. So we're going to check out the farm and see what raising mealworms is all about and how they can help enhance your plant's growth and help you take better care of your plant friends. So let's check it out. Past the feedlots and freshly harvested cornfields sits a farm of a different kind. An innovative, sustainable mealworm farm operated by Chris Vrooman. This site is just one of the 2 mealworm farms run by the ladies of Jord, which also includes Cheryl Powers and Amber Clausen.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Powers and I am CEO of Jord Producers. We are a commercial mealworm farm operated on 2 sites in Nebraska. Mealworms, what is nice about it is, so when they're a byproduct of them is the manure, which is called Frass. And what makes it so great compared to other manures is that other manures, what we've been told, they can carry weed seeds that when people are putting them into their garden or flower plot area, that they can incorporate some weeds into that. Also, unlike most manures, truly, our mealworm manure does not smell. It's basically odorless. And as you can see, it kind of looks like gold sand. And what separates this from other manures is that it contains chitin. And there's been some really nice research out there. If you Google chitin and Frass, you're going to see research out there that talks about the benefits of chitin and how it can improve plant health.
Insect frass and chitin is full of beneficial microorganisms that help plants defend themselves against pests and pathogens, making it a great fertilizer for houseplants, outdoor gardens, as well as hydroponics. But fertilizer is not the only use for mealworms.
Our most popular product right now is the live mealworms, and we sell them in a variety of sizes. So we have the minis, which are literally about a 1/4 inch long, to the large. And so being able to basically offer 4 different sizes makes it nice for customers who have, whether they have newly hatchlings of like lizards that are really small, or baby tarantulas that want to eat them, to your full-sized exotic pets then that want the larger size. So that's our number 1. But right now, we just recently have gotten our Frass packaging going, and we met the Nebraska Department of Ag with their labeling compliancy. And so now we're selling the Frass. So we suspect that now that's also going to be a very big product for us to get out the doors as well.
So how do we get this golden Frass? Well, let's start at the beginning.
Here, these are the beetles. The beetles are the parents of the mealworms, which are the larvae. So beetles are darkling beetles, and we feed them on a bed of wheat bran and give them potato slices or carrots for their source of moisture. We keep the room at 80 degrees and about 60% humidity. And what the beetles, they do their thing, and they lay their eggs, and as they move around, we have a specially built and designed trays that there's screens in it, and the eggs in the wheat bran filter down, and so then we have eggs under here, and we harvest the eggs each week. And then the eggs, we come over, and the eggs hang out in here, and they grow and just live a nice little peaceful life. You can see some little ones here, and you can see movement basically, but it's really hard to see.
What's that one that's crawling? Is that a hatched one?
It's a hatched one.
Oh,
and
look
they
at him
like
dig.
to burrow. But you can just see the movement. You make any movement, it'll
As the mealworms continue to grow, they are moved to yet another tray until harvest.
So they hang out in there for a little while, and then we move them to a different size tray that is again special designed and built, and they grow in here and get larger and larger. Some turn to beetles, and you can see their skins. They shed their skins just like snakes do, and the presence of chitin is mostly in their skins. I don't know. I might want to pull out a different one where there isn't.
Do you
some
use
beetles.
the skins for? Oh, good. Do you use the skins for? Is that part of your feed too? The skins go in too, or?
Well, the skins. So it kind of they naturally sort themselves down, and then we get this clean frass. And the frass is, it's like dust. It's like
And
gold sand.
that's basically the poo.
Yep, it's their poo. It comes just dry like this. It's odorless. It smells
It
a little
comes
bit like
dry
meat.
like that?
Yep.
Okay.
They filter this down, so they do the work to harvest it for us. So it's perfect for every pound. For every 2 pounds, they have a 2-to-1 feed conversion ratio. So for every, like Cheryl said, 2 pounds of feed we feed them, we get 1 pound of frass and 1 pound of mealworms. And the frass is rich. It has some chitin in it. In the chitin, there's been studies that show how the chitin helps incites the plant's natural defense mechanisms against other pests. So it kind of triggers the plant to be, oh, there are pests are near, so I need to like produce different enzymes that will help them to be more immune to them. It's a little immune boost for them.
When the worms are ready, they are packed in reusable containers and shipped out, complete with heat packs for those cold winter months.
So we will put these in containers or in boxes or bags to ship to different customers. So wild bird customers like to have these in maybe 500 count containers. And what they do is they take a few mealworms each day and set them in a tray and at a certain time. And those wild birds, bluebirds and wrens especially, they come at that time. They want their supper and they really enjoy, they're easily trained, I guess, that way.
Yes.
They really enjoy eating that natural moving food source.
It stimulates them. I mean, there's some people that will get dried mealworms because sometimes they feel like dried is simpler to be able to.
You can see
The dried ones are easier maybe to take care of, but most birds love something that's alive because it stimulates them to want to go for it and kind of hunt and peck.
Right.
Natural feature they have.
every week we keep back approximately 5% of our weekly harvest to turn back into beetles. So they go from larva to a pupa state and then into the beetle state. And then every 6 weeks we harvest the beetles after they've produced for us for 6 weeks. And they're still alive, and that you can see they're very lively. And chickens love them. We'll go out and feed them to our chickens. But this is a little snack mix that we can sell to backyard chicken farmers at a really reduced cost, and it helps the chickens too. They hunt and peck and they scratch, and it turns up their bedding and gives them a really nice food source, especially in the winter when it's a little bit harder to find bugs.
One thing
outside.
that I think is funny is you will notice here they have basically eaten all of the soft part of the potatoes. So all that's left in here, you can see, are just the skins. Since we always kind of laughingly say it's kind of like kids, they don't eat the skins, they eat everything else but the skins. And so this poultry mix, Chris refers to these as kind of like potato chips.
Yeah.
It's something the chickens love to eat. And of course, the wheat bran is something that they will eat. And then, of course, the beetles, they totally love to eat.
And sometimes there's a few mealworms that didn't get filtered down, eggs that hatched in there and didn't get filtered down. So there's a little special treat for the chickens too.
So this whole thing is the chicken mix. The bugs, the mealworms, the
Yep.
bran,
Yep.
the potato skins.
So we would take, something sort of like
Okay.
this. We'll get and then, and so we get it, so there's approximately 500 beetles in each container, plus a little bit of everything else.
So you will notice, I didn't really never point it out, but our logo, the name, Jord Producers. So the word Jord it's Danish, and it's my Danish heritage, but I looked up earth in like the Danish language, and Jord came up. And so, and actually in Norse mythology, Jord means goddess of the earth. And I thought that was kind of cool for a female team. And as you see, it's got trees on it, and it's got seagulls or birds in the background. And so that's ended up being kind of our motto. Taking care of the environment and taking care of nature.
Should go feed some chickens.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jord Producers uses everything from the live worms and their frass to the live beetles. Nothing goes to waste. In fact, Jord uses discarded vegetables from the local grocer as a food and moisture source for the worms and beetles, making this a truly sustainable and environmentally friendly business.
I'll hold this behind us so they don't.
So you just sprinkle it out for them?
Yep.
Just all over?
Oh,
They love it. They don't love me.
it's clear to see the chickens love the live mealworms and beetles. But with more and more people seeking a healthier alternative protein source, dried mealworms might just be the ticket.
I think our vision is to be able to get eventually into the industry where it's incorporated as a supplemental protein for whether it's aquaculture, poultry, or like I mentioned, the small mammal market. And then eventually, my passion has always been the food industry. And hopefully at some point down the road, that could be something that would be used as another alternative form of protein for those people who maybe can't handle whey products, who they're lactose intolerant. So this is another form of protein, and it's complete protein because it's an animal protein. It's complete, so it has essential amino acids and omega fatty acids as well.
Do you have a preference? Do you want the cinnamon or like the Chex Mix flavored?
I'm Chex Mix.
Okay, so these two are Chex Mix and this is cinnamon. Okay, I'll take Chex Mix as well.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you want less in yours?
no, I'm doing
Okay.
it.
All right.
Here we go.
It's kind of like
Cheers.
Cheers
like
to
Thanksgiving.
Jord
early.
Producers.
Jord
Cheers.
Producers.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad. It's different. I mean, obviously, because
It's an insect.
it's an insect, but it wasn't like what I thought it was gonna be.
It's probably
It's very good.
And some of it
Yeah.
is
We make
it's
sure there's no
so
squishy.
dry that's almost that probably gets you more in some ways because it's really dry. Which people don't think it's going to be dry because they think the worm's going to be squishy and it's not.
No, it's not squishy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd try a squishy worm. I'm attached to those squishy worms.
Ooh. No, I don't think I'd try squishy worm either.
No.
All right.
Good job.
This is a good time to say thank you so much for your time
Yeah,
today
absolutely.
and for giving me a tour of the farm and telling me all about Jord Producers and about your business.
Yes. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come out. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was great. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, signing off. For more about Jord Producers, their amazing golden frass, mealworms, and other products, visit jordproducers.com. And make sure to subscribe to Suburban Sill so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming Out and About episodes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Tell me what I'm hearing.
Well, you kind of hear a general kind of what I would say like a static sound, and it's from them rolling over each other, or it's the beetles walking through the wheat bran.
Sounds like Rice Krispies.
Come a little closer over here.